Today, we're going to explore a new way of looking at the world, a really fascinating concept called the Ultraviolet Horizon. It's a framework for seeing the hidden forces that are shaping our lives, and, it might just change how you see, well, pretty much everything.
It all kicks off with this feeling, a sense that our modern world, with all its convenience and smoothness, is maybe missing something vital. We live in a strange comfort. It really makes you stop and ask, right? What's the hidden cost of being this comfortable all the time?
And this image right here, this just nails it. Our world is wrapped in velvet. And that brings us to the first of two really big ideas we need to unpack. So to understand the horizon, we first have to get a handle on the ground we're standing on right now. And that's this world of velvet. It's a world where the biggest threat isn't some obvious brute force. No, it's seduction. This isn't your classic top-down control. The velvet threat is, well, it's sneaky. It's power that doesn't feel like power at all. It works by making us believe that the convenience and the safety it offers are exactly what we've always wanted. It's control with a smile, basically. And here's where it shows up in real life. The promise is so appealing, isn't it? We'll keep you safe, entertained, and comfortable. You see it in consumer culture, all over our social media feeds, even in the wellness industry. But what's the dark side? Well, it numbs us. It makes us too comfortable to want real, meaningful change. It even takes rebellion and just turns it into another product you can buy. But there's another force out there, something that pulls in the complete opposite direction. A raw, disruptive, and sometimes chaotic energy that calls us out of that velvet comfort. This is what we call the violet threat. So if velvet is soft power, violet is intense. It's like that lightning strike of revelation, that one experience that completely shatters your worldview. It's not here to maintain the world. It's here to crack it wide open and show you something deeper, something sacred. And when you put them side by side like this, the tension is just so clear. Velvet is all about seductive control, using comfort to keep everything in order. Violet is disruptive and ecstatic, using awe to shake things up and create something new. One gently rocks you to sleep, the other one jolts you awake. And for a long time, we've just seen these as two forces at war with each other. But here's the twist. This is the question that changes the whole game. What if this isn't a war to be won? What if these are just two ingredients in a recipe for something brand new? What if you actually need both? And that question, it leads us right here, to the amethyst synthesis. This is the ultraviolet horizon. It's the point where these two opposing forces stop being threats and start becoming the building blocks for a totally new way of being. Okay, I know that's a lot of jargon. Systemic aesthetics of initiation. What on earth does that mean? Let's break it down. It just means we can consciously design our systems, from our apps to our communities, to use both comfort and disruption. The goal isn't just to control people or to create chaos. The goal is initiation, which is really just a way of saying we're creating experiences that help people grow and transform. So how do you actually build this? Think of it like a three-step process. First, you need that velvet layer to provide a safe, supportive container. Then, the violet layer comes in with a catalyst, some kind of challenge or disruptive idea that really pushes you. And finally, and this part is absolutely crucial, the amethyst layer helps you make sense of it all, to integrate that rupture and turn a chaotic experience into real, lasting change. But this whole thing is a delicate balancing act. It can definitely fail. If you have way too much velvet, that whole idea of transformation just becomes another empty product to sell. All style, no substance. But if you have too much violet, you just get chaos for chaos's sake, rupture without any repair. Getting the balance right is everything. Okay, I get it. This might all be sounding a little abstract, right? But the cool thing is, these ideas are actually starting to pop up in the real world. So let's talk about how to spot the ultraviolet horizon out in the wild. So what are the signs? Well, you might see something like a company's onboarding process being framed as an initiation, making it feel less like filling out paperwork and more like a meaningful welcome. Or you'll see services that promise both comfort and transcendence, like a meditation app that doesn't just calm you down, but actually offers experiences that shift your whole perspective. It's all about designing systems that connect our inner growth with our outer actions. Here's a perfect real-world example of how this works. Imagine a community program that uses really provocative art to bring difficult issues to the surface. That's your violet layer, the disruption. But it pairs that challenge with safe, supportive healing circles. That's the velvet. And then it channels all that energy into a real, tangible outcome, like creating a community land trust. That's the amethyst synthesis, right there in action.
You know, when you really get down to it, what we're talking about here is a massive shift in how we even think about power. It's about moving away from this idea of domination and control and towards something way more regenerative.
At the end of the day, the Ultraviolet Horizon is really a design philosophy. It's a call to build our systems, our apps, our communities, our governments, not just to keep us engaged or compliant, but to actually help us grow as human beings. It's about creating structures that can heal us and challenge us, sometimes at the very same time. And I just love this quote. It's the ethical core of this entire idea. It suggests that the most powerful thing you can do isn't making people do what you want, but creating the conditions for them to become more fully themselves. And so that's what we're left with, this final, really powerful question. As we go about building the future, the Ultraviolet Horizon challenges us to shift our whole focus, from control to awakening, from mere comfort to true consciousness. It's about moving beyond a world just wrapped in velvet and stepping toward one that's lit up by a new, more integrated light.